You're listening to Fast Facts Perio Edition. And now, here's your host, Katrina Sanders.
Hello, and welcome to Fast Facts Perio Edition. This week, we are looking at some of the pivots or shifts that we've seen in our paradigm around non-surgical periodontal therapy. Now, if you're anything like me, when you were in hygiene school, you were taught that your debridement was effective if and only if you could take an 11-12 Explorer and run it up and down that root surface, and that root surface felt, and you're all holding on with bated breath for me to say it, glass smooth, right? That's what we wanted. We would sit in hygiene school. We would wait for our faculty to come over and tell us, yep, everything looks glass smooth. So you have done a terrific job of scaling and root planing. This concept of root planing was really aimed at not only completely removing calculus, but the concept that we needed to remove contaminated cementum. There was this fear or concept that endotoxins were firmly bound into the cementum. And so the only way for us to effectively treat a tooth structure from periodontitis was to ensure that we not only removed calculus, but also that we were able to effectively remove diseased cementum. And that was a paradigm. For a long time, we would sharpen our instruments and we would scrape those root surfaces until they not only were glass smooth, but the lower anteriors also were hourglass shaped so that we could effectively ensure that we had removed any contaminated cementum. However, new microscopy studies of extracted teeth that had been previously subjected to scaling and root planing demonstrate, first of all, neither hand nor ultrasonic instrumentation were able to completely remove all calculus and biofilm from the root surface. More specifically, that we recognized that the need for intense root instrumentation came into question. We began to recognize that perhaps although we saw clinical improvement from scaling and root planing, despite not effectively removing calculus or biofilm, that perhaps we needed to do a better job of identifying what was our critical role in managing and mitigating diseases of the periodontium. This is when we started to look at concepts that were built out designed to change some of these paradigms. One particular approach was the concept of full mouth disinfection or full mouth ultrasonic debridement. These were concepts that were described as the removal or disruption of dental deposits or plaque retentive calculus from all tooth surfaces without the deliberate removal of cementum. The goal here was actually to preserve cementum and to help to maintain or reestablish a healthy periodontal environment by using light instrumentation strokes and not necessarily roughening a root surface. Did it work? Join me next week to figure out what were the optimal outcomes with regards to the non-invasive, non-surgical approach to periodontal therapy. Stay tuned. This has been another episode of Fast Facts Perio Edition with Katrina Sanders. Please feel free to reach me on Instagram at The Dental Wine Genist or on my website, www.katrinasanders.com. Cheers.